What's up guys, it's me again and I'm back at it again with another video. But today I'm actually going to be talking about something totally different. I mentioned in another video or an earlier video that I'm in Korea, and that is true. How did I wind up here is the big fucking question. You guys are like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were like somewhere in the States chilling or something. But no, I'm actually in Korea right now with the military. Yes, I'm fucking military and stuff like that. So it's cool, I like it, it's dope. I got here like almost a year ago and stuff, and I've been here for like around like 7 months-ish, around 7 to 8 months-ish. And I like it a lot. So here's some pros and cons since I've been here. I really enjoy the country. It's everything I imagined and more. So there's not really that many cons, but I'll get into all of them. Number one. So as far as pros go, let me get into that. So pro number one, I guess, is the food here. The food's really amazing. I mean, everybody expects it to be this crazy, authentic, like, oh wow, like, you know, oh my god, it's so much different than the food that I normally eat. It's not so much that, because a lot of the food they have here, they have back in the States. It's more so how they have the food arranged. Like, normally in the States, like, when you go to a restaurant, they'll start you off with like an appetizer, probably, but it's not like, it's something you have to actually order. So here they actually they start you out with like a soup, like on the house and stuff, and then like a bunch of like side dishes that go with like your meal and stuff. I think it's pretty cool and courteous and whatnot. So like soups, they give you I think this tea to kind of wash everything down at the end, depending on where you go. Here it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So the food's definitely like a big pro. I mean, it's delicious. I've tried bulgogi out here. And I know it's like, you know, probably the classic thing everybody tries when they come out here, oh, bulgogi, blah, blah, blah. Kimchi is a way of life, by the way. If you guys did not know that, kimchi is definitely a way of life. So if you have not, you know, tried that, you definitely should. It's basically pickled cabbage, and it helps with your digestive tract and stuff like that. So everybody over here, like, they capitalize on kimchi. Like, that's like a thing for sure, for sure. It's like taking, like, you know, it's like the equivalent of like people in the US eating like yogurt and stuff like that. It's packed with a lot of probiotics and it's pretty dope. So anyways, pro number two is definitely the sightseeing. So I'm actually at Osan right now, and it's super dope. I went up to Seoul, and everything in Seoul is fucking crazy. It's like 1,000 New Yorks compiled together. 1,000 New Yorks and Chicago is just like put in one big like central location. It's fucking awesome. So a lot of tall buildings. The people are really nice for the most part. But as far as personal space goes, if you're looking to like for a place with personal space, just cross that off your list, because it's a different culture out here, man. Like, I love it, I love it. But if you're not used to cities, then I wouldn't venture up to Seoul if that's not your scene. But definitely a progressive, really progressive like country for sure, because I've seen stuff here that I don't even think we came out with in the States yet. So I'm like, what? What the heck? Or like, it's just, everything here just seems so futuristic to me. So I love it, I love it. So that's pro number two. Pro number three, I guess, is actually the people. The people themselves in general, they all have like this thing of respect. Like, it's another level of respect than people in America have. Like, people in America, honestly, are rude as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, they're rude as fuck. So here, everybody's really respectful. Respecting your elders out here is a big fucking deal. Like, I learned this the hard way, actually. I was on a bus, and me and my friends were talking really loud and stuff like that. And I remember the bus driver yelling at us, and I'm like, what? Like, why is he yelling? I mean, like, what the heck? And I guess my friend was telling me, he's like, oh, it just dawned on me, like, we're on the bus, and a lot of, like, you know, the older people, I mean, a lot of people in general normally use that bus to take, like, you know, naps and stuff like that, or whatever, but especially the older people, their hearing's not as good, so you kind of have to be courteous to that. So something I had to take in mind while I was here. Didn't really think of that, because I know, like, back in Chicago, I definitely didn't even have to, like, yo, we were loud, we were reckless sometimes, like, I didn't care. But here it's different. So yeah, I definitely had to kind of culture myself to that and adjust. So the people, like I said, are very nice. But as far as like when you get down here for your first time, let's say you get lost, I would ask a female before asking a male for directions, just because the men here are very standoffish, and for the most part, from what I've been told, like, they're not as good at English as the women are. So you'll have a better chance of getting like helpful information from women here than men. So that's a collective experience for myself, and information I've gotten from a friend that's lived here for a long time. So yeah, it's really cool, really cool. So those are 3 pros so far. I can go on and on and on. The list is very lengthy. I mean, the environment's dope and whatnot. Like I said, like the scene, the food, the people. Like those are the 3 key points to like, you know, really zero in on when you move out here. But there are some cons. One big thing is pollution. So if you're sensitive to pollution, then get ready for that. It's definitely like, just like any big city, there's high levels of pollutants here. And it's honestly, obviously, because it's such an industrial place, like you have like pollutants floating all over the place, blah, 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 blah. But you also have the pollution from China coming down, blowing over Korea on top of that. And it makes it even worse. So it's like, dang, like what the fuck? Fortunately, my immune system is like on point, so I don't really get affected like that. But there's a lot of people whose immune systems can't really handle all that pollution. So your body kind of registers it. It depends on the person, by the way, but it registers it either as a really crazy like sickness or allergies in a way. So you can be in the dead of summer, and summer's actually where it's the worst too. And you know, you're like sneezing, coughing, wheezing and stuff like that, and you're like, whoa, like, you know, allergy season is already over, so like, why am I doing this? And it's honestly because of the pollution in the air from, you know, China, and you know, just the fact that you have like so many things going on here. I mean, you have like millions and millions of people in Korea, so I mean, there's lots of cars, like lots of like, you know, factories and stuff like that. So put all that together and you got one big pollution you know, situation going on. So that is con number 1. Con number 2, I would have to say it depends on where you work. Now, for my people that are in the military, you know what I'm saying, like let's say the curfew, man. I'm not gonna lie. So there's a curfew, and if you guys aren't with that shit, like, you better get with that shit. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You cannot be out past that. If you are out past 1 o'clock, you will, I'm telling you, get in some serious shit. Not only with the US government, but with the Korean government. Because that's something that, like, the US and Korea have kind of, like, collectively put together, like, yo, like, for military members, not for anybody else, but for military members, like, yo, you guys can't stay out after a certain period of time. I'll get into that later. If you guys have questions, drop them in the comments down below, and I'll explain why, you know, and whatnot. And then on top of that, I guess con number 2 is more like military specific. So that for the people that aren't in the military, it's not going to affect you guys at all. But I guess con number 3 is kind of the bathroom situation, because it is a little interesting. So normally in American bathrooms, you can flush like toilet paper and stuff like that or whatever. But low key, I didn't even know that. So like here, the pipe system is different. So you have to actually, like, after you're done wiping and stuff, you have to throw it in like a garbage can, like next to the toilet. Because the thing is, they have signs above their toilets too in their bathroom, like, don't flush any paper, any toilet paper down here, because their pipe system is older, and because of that, if you do that, it'll clog their system up. So you have to actually throw your tissue in a fucking trash can like next to it. So I'm just like, oh fuck. Also too, depending on where you are, let's say you go to a rave or something, and like, you know, there's no actual like collective big bathroom like set up or whatever, and you have to use porta potties or whatever for some reason. And I know for women it's like this anyways, but in general, right? The porta potties that are gender neutral or whatever have a square cut out in the floor, and you have to squat over it and do your thing. And that shit is like, I mean, porta potties in general are pretty bad, but that one is like worse in my opinion, because like, I mean, people aren't really the best aimers, I guess, or they're not the most accurate, I should say. So you see like shit and piss just splattered all over the place when you walk in for the most part, and it's pretty fucked up. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take that, you know, no, I'm not, that's not my thing. But then you have bathrooms for women, and from what I've heard from some of the females here, like they have like holes in the floor and stuff like that. So if you have to use like the bathroom, then I guess you have to squat anyways. I'm not sure what it looks like in the female bathroom, but hey, all I know is like, you know, it's definitely different. I have heard some uncomfortable experiences. I mean, it's just different, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a bad thing, but to me, I consider it a con for like, for myself, but some other people might not even care. I'm just used to sitting on the toilet or something, or like standing up and pissing in the urinal. But they do obviously have urinals for dudes, obviously, so it's not a big deal. But anyways, con number 4, and I know it kind of outweighs the pros that I just listed. I'll list one big ass pro after this. The last con I'm gonna drop is, okay, people can be, okay, so while I did mention the people are a pro, the people can be a con as well. You have the people that are very into foreigners and stuff like that, and they're very welcoming, and that's amazing. But then you will also run across, just like, you know, anywhere and everywhere, and America does it a fuck ton, which is crazy because we're a melting pot. But anywhere you go, you're gonna have people that are not really cool with foreigners like that. And while I haven't personally experienced anything super crazy since I've been out here, I do know a few friends that kind of have, like, and it was subtle, it was really subtle. It wasn't like, oh yeah, get out of here, blah, 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 but you can tell, like, just interacting with certain people that you're not welcome, you know, sometimes. So it's just interesting, and I guess it depends on the situation you find yourself in. So definitely take that into consideration when you're maneuvering. But I guess kind of adding to that, what will help you is getting to know the language. If you get to understand the language, it shows people here that you're trying to get to know, like, trying to get to, you know, fully understand them, that you actually care. You're not just here like, oh cool, it's a vacation, I don't care about, you know, any of the stuff here or your language, I'm just here to have fun, blah blah. And then while that might be your thing, like it would behoove you to learn something, at least the basics, you know, like it shows people that you care. So I would definitely do that. Yeah, big pro is, I don't care how long you live here or stay here, like, bruh, there is an infinite amount of stuff to discover in Korea. And if you look on the map, Korea doesn't look very big, but there's so many things to do here, so many places to see, so many things to, like, oh my god, like, eat, I guess, out here. Like, it seems infinite, honestly. Like, I've been here for, like I said, like between 7-8 months, and like I haven't covered even a minuscule fraction, maybe 1/100th of this place, and it's phenomenal. Like, I mean, I could literally spend every day finding a new place to, you know, go to, and I'd still have new shit to discover. So it's very, like, interactive, and I love that about this place. But yeah, guys, I'm ranting, but that's my rant for today. I'll be doing more of these. You can ask me more questions about myself and what I'm doing and blah blah blah. But that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. I got stuff to take care of, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.